let's get this started. So we're going to start talking about our SMAW equipment, some pros and cons as far as why you would use it, what it's used for, things like that. We'll go into safety and different things like that through each one of these. I'm going to try to break them up into shorter videos so that to navigate it for safety tests and things like that will be a little bit easier. First, a little intro. Your SMAW equipment, or it's commonly called stick welding. It is a bit cheaper equipment to buy and operate yourself. You can buy an old tombstone welder for like under $100 sometimes online, KSL. Brief description on why you would use stick welding equipment versus MIG welding equipment. The reason is stick welding equipment is a lot more portable than our MIG welding stuff. Our MIG welders, they've got a gun lead or gun cable that's up to 12 feet or so, and that's how far away you can be from that machine and weld. Our stick welders, you can weld with cables 50 feet long and it goes up from there. You're not really limited to as far as distance wise from your machine as you are with a MIG welder. One of the bigger reasons why stick welding is used a lot more outside in industry and things like that is because it's portability. There's no requirement as far as bringing a shielding gas tank with you. Like I mentioned, the gun lead or the stinger cable can be 50 feet, 100 feet, whatever, and your shielding gas is produced with the flux coating once it's burnt. We'll get to that when we cover electrodes, but that's part of why these are a little bit more versatile as far as outdoor stuff goes. There's also quite a bit more arc force is what I like to call it. In stick welding, this stuff can really punch down into some thicker plate, just the way the arc characteristics are ran with stick versus MIG. That's some of the pros. As far as being portable, cost of the equipment's a little bit cheaper. You don't have to pack a shielding gas cylinder around wherever with you because it's on the electrodes. Some of the cons with this is you can't really weld the greatest on thinner metals. It's doable, but it's a little bit harder because that arc force is stronger. You can do it. Another con with stick welding is it generally requires a little bit more skill to do so, which is why you usually make a little bit more money if you're primarily a stick welder versus just a MIG welder. MIG is used a lot in manufacturing and repeat parts, things like that, whereas stick is used in the pipe industry and structural steel industry, and it just takes a little bit more skill set to do that correctly and right. So you usually make a lot more money doing this stuff than you would MIG.